Important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from.
I hope you hear me. Pain, since I've lost you, I'm lost too. Niggas feeling like he at the bottom like a horseshoe. Sorry for the trouble that I put you in your heart through. God knows that I do anything for a part two. Ought to be praying for the day you come back to me, saying that you forgive me. Give me another chance, I'm needing it like a kidney. I don't wanna advance, give me back her hands, give me back her touch. I don't ask.
Oh, no, you know that. We just pinned it. Make peace. For everybody.
I'm so familiar with what you do. Your father invented it.
I understand your influence within the prisons is...
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Knobs' YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we back with another review. And this time we doing a series review, and we doing Mayors of Kingstown review. This show is created by TAYLORSHERIDAN, and if you don't know who TAYLORSHERIDAN is, man, you need to know his name. He got one of the biggest shows out right now, which is Yellowstone, which is a PARAMONTPLUS. He also wrote Sicario. He did Hell or High Water, and he is currently behind, like I said, one of the big series is Yellowstone, and he got a prequel out called 1883. I actually didn't know TAYLORSHERIDAN had been on Sons of Anarchy, which is one of my favorite shows. I didn't know he acted on there, and I'm pretty sure he had some writing credits on there somewhere. But I've been a fan of him, and I've been looking for his name in anything ever since I watched Sicario, which is one of my favorite movies. Benicio del Toro, man, like I love him in that movie. That is one of my favorite movies. That ending still hits today. So if you haven't seen Sicario, definitely check out Sicario, man. But as far as this new series he has called Mayors of Kingstown, what really drew me in here was Jeremy Renner. Like I said, I'm a fan of Jeremy Renner outside of the MCU. I enjoy him as Hawkeye, whatnot, but when Jeremy Renner is in these type of roles, like I said, you're talking about this guy that was in, he played The Bourne Legacy. I enjoyed him in there, but he was in a movie that I watched probably like 10 times over, Wind River. I really enjoyed him in Wind River. Also, shout out to the Mary Elizabeth Olsen. I'm thinking that's her name. You know, Scarlet Witch. But he was in a movie called Wind River, and it's just these type of roles that Jeremy Renner is in outside of the MCU that I feel like he just thrives with. And in this show, by the way, this is a pretty good show. It's not perfect by a long shot. I got some issues with it. I'm gonna get into them. But as far as Mayors of Kingstown, Jeremy Renner is, this role is his, and I know people love him in Avengers of being Hawkeye, but when he is in these roles, he is magnetic, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, the thing about Jeremy Renner is the way he just brings this magnetic energy, and the way when he kicking people ass, like the way he takes it personal, he had this look on his face. Like I said, outside of the MCU, I really enjoy him in these type of roles. And like I said, whether it's Wind River or The Bourne Legacy, he really does bring it when he plays these type of roles, man. So I'm definitely going to have to get in some more to Jeremy Renner. But as far as the series, if you do not know anything about Mayors of Kingstown, this is a crime drama about importance as far as the contemporary issues about America's prison systems. Mayors of Kingstown follows the McLusky family. I think that's their name. McLusky family in Kingstown. Mitch, where the business of incarceration is the only thriving industry. The family of power brokers between police, criminals, inmates, prison guards, and politicians tackles themes of systematic racism, corruption, and inequality. The crime thriller series provides a stark look at their attempt to bring order and justice to a town that has neither. Like I said, this cast got Jeremy Renner, of course, Diane West, Kyle Chandler, and Derek Webster. So you pretty much have these three brothers, and one of them I know for sure is a cop. And hold on, let me get to him. My bad, y'all. Because the other two brothers, as far as shout out Kyle Chandler, who plays Mitch McLusky. He's basically doing this little business where they are running this little business where they try to keep things in order as far as prison, as far as the inmates, and connections they have on the outside. And as far as Jeremy Renner's character, Mike McCluskey, he was actually an ex-convict in that prison. He was actually like a leader of a white gang, but he's not like a racist person or anything like that. He was doing what he had to do while he was in prison. And it's a lot of these moments that show up. Like I said, Jeremy Renner plays this role. And if it's anything bad you want to say about this show, Jeremy Renner always brings it back. Anytime I feel like maybe it got slow at times, maybe it just feel like an episode wasn't like giving you enough information, or it felt like the episodes were just anthology episodes. They understand what I'm saying when I say anthology episodes. It was like it wasn't sticking to one story. Like we didn't get like a silver lining of what's really going on until like maybe episodes going into like episode 5, maybe even 6, but I'm thinking it was episode 5. But you basically have I'm not going to get everything away, but it's something big that happens in the first episode that I would say I ain't gonna say it really caught me off guard, but it was like, damn, they like not playing right now. Like it was just boom, it happened. So it's something that does happen in the first episode, and you're not going to miss it. It's very impactful, and it's impactful for the remainder of the show. But it's an issue with what happens in that first episode, and I honestly feel like we didn't get clear-cut answers to why certain things happen, and I honestly feel like it's more behind that, but we didn't get those answers. So that's one of the things about the show. I feel like it has these moments that certain things happen, and we not really getting a full-on answer. Maybe they trying to tease certain things for a season 2, but I mean, I don't know, man. Are y'all gonna get a season 2? Speaking of the cast, man, you have Hughes Dillon, who plays Ian. He's a producer also on this show. And I'm sorry, y'all. Got a good cast here, man. You have Emma Laird, who plays Iris. I really ain't seen her in many things, but she does a phenomenal job. When she first appears on the show, and this is the young lady in the middle, she plays Emma Laird. I mean, her name is Emma Lord, but she plays this young lady named Iris, man, and she goes through it in this show, man. I'm trying to tell. When she first comes on, it's like you're trying to understand what's going on, because she doesn't even off gate appear in the show. Like, she don't get into the show until like 3 episodes in. I think she starts appearing, and you still really don't know what's going on with her. But once things start going on, it's like, gosh, man, I'm telling you, she plays this role, but she goes through it. I'm telling you, she goes through it. But I really enjoy the relationship she has, and I'm not going to give anything away, but she has a really, really good relationship with a character in here, and I really love the get back. I'm not going to say what happens, but it's a real good scene in here. This guy's not in here a lot, but you've seen him in a couple of things. And the reason I try to bring him up, because him and Mike, who is played by Jeremy Renner, and the guy he's talking to right here, who Jeremy Renner is talking to, this guy name is Aldrin Griffith, but he plays a guy named Duke. I was trying to say the actor's real name, but this guy he's talking to, his name is Duke, and he plays somewhat of a pivotal role in the series. Definitely be on the lookout for what he has going on as far as him and Jeremy Renner. But like I said, the vocal person and the real drive behind this show is definitely Jeremy Renner, man. It's 100% Jeremy Renner. But it's some very, very outstanding side characters in this show, man. We have this guy named P-Dog, and I really don't get you really don't even get information on him until later on in the season. Like, a lot of these certain characters don't even start popping up until like episode, like going into like episode 5 and 6, and then things really start getting in tune. And that's one of the things I was saying about the show is, like, the first 3 to 4 episodes is kind of like what's going on. Is with Jeremy Renner's is Jeremy Renner, his brother, just gonna be going around taking care of certain obstacles that get in their way, as far as when prisoners have certain things going on, or people on the outside might be needing them to take care of certain things so they can keep the balance as far as what prison guards have to deal with and what the prisoners are doing as far as that relationship and those building those relationships and those bonds. That's the only thing. The first couple episodes just felt like they was all over the place. You didn't know what was really going on. And by the time we get into episode 5, I would say episode 5 and 6, we kind of get a formula of who's our bad guy, who's our villain, because we wasn't even getting really a formation of that, because the show is pretty much saying the prison system is the villain, which it does kind of focus on. But the thing about the show, if it's trying to say that, the main focus is not that. We are getting all different type of elements, different side stories or whatnot that ain't even got nothing kind of to do with the prison, but it all kind of does come forward when it all comes to like in a full abundance when we finally get introduced to Milo. Shout out to the guy, man, I gotta get his name. This is my man off The Wire who played the mayor. He been in a bunch of things, man. But we get introduced to Milo. I'm not gonna say who his character is. I'm not, like I said, I don't want to give nothing away, but he is brilliantly played by Andy Gillian. But this guy plays a very, very important role in the series. He has a lot of things going on with him and Jeremy Renner's character, Mike McCluskey. So I'm not wanting to give anything away as far as who his character is, but it's kind of a mystery behind him too. It just feels like he has a lot of authority and power on the same end. It's kind of like he's able to do certain things and make certain things happen. And he plays a very, very pivotal role later on in the season, man. And the things he is able to do and what he is capable of, man. Another good character I really enjoy in this series, man, that I haven't really seen this guy in things, but he made me a fan of him. Toby, I'm trying to say this actor's name, Toby Batifa. But anyway, he plays a character named Devarn Bunny, but he pretty much is just Bunny throughout the show. And I really enjoyed him, man. He was one of my favorite side characters, besides Jeremy Renner and Kyle Chandler's characters, Mitch and Mike. He was definitely one of my favorites, man. The relationship between Mike and Bunny, I'm telling you, man, I really enjoyed it. It was one of those driving points that kept me going with the show. I really, really enjoyed the exchanges between them two. They even have some good funny moments in here, man, straight up. But they also just have this good relationship and bond. That's one thing I will give away. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say what happens now. I ain't going to say they bond stays together. I'm not going to say one of them might betray each other. But when the show starts, you kind of don't see that bond, or you kind of don't see those elements or the friendship they do have. But later on throughout the show, when certain events happen, you do kind of start to see that bond between them. And I really, really enjoy his character. That's one thing I did enjoy about this show is Toby Mephista's character, Bunny. I'm trying to say the actor's name, my bad, but the character Bunny, man, definitely be on lookout for this actor, man. He was phenomenal in this, man. And I really, really enjoyed the relationship him and Jeremy Renner had in here, man. I definitely don't want to forget about the mom, which is played by the brilliant Diane West. She is the mother of all three brothers, which are Mitch, Mike, and Kyle. She is the mother of these three, and she also is, I guess, the therapist of a women's prison. She's a therapist of a women's prison, and you have, this is what I'm saying about side stories. It's certain things that go on with her, and not even particular just in her, but involving the women's prison. But being that she's the mother of three of our main characters, she has a lot going on too. And in particular, you could kind of see the relationship she has with Mike, as far as Jeremy Renner's character, and kind of seeing how she might look at him kind of sideways, and she might not have that same kind of, you could kind of see that she treats the youngest one, which I'm going to take is Kyle, as the baby. She basically give him kind of that pep talks, and she kind of gives him kind of that, she kind of nurses him. But as far as Mike and Mitch, I kind of feel like she kind of knows what they got going on, because these two guys, like I said, these two brothers are pretty much working this inner circle as far as having working with the prisoners, getting certain things done, doing certain illegal things, making certain things happen that they're not supposed to be doing, but they are doing it to, like I said, keep a balance between the prisoners and the guards and certain things that's going on the outside. Because as far as this Kingstown go, it's pretty much surrounded by prisons, and that's the whole thing as far as the situation with the show is pretty much diving into why this certain town is just surrounded by prisons, pretty much a prison populated town. And you got basically an organization of criminals, cops, and everybody just trying to do what they do to keep a balance. Because like I said, as far as the cops or whatnot, they have relationships with Mitch and Mike. I'm not gonna say what those relationships are, but they do have relationships with Mitch and Mike, and they make certain things happen. I actually enjoy certain moments that they have with Mike and Mitch. But other than that, man, this show, I would say, as far as issues is, I ain't gonna even say it's slow at the beginning, but it doesn't give you a sense of what's really going on. They give you the sense of they talking about the prison system, the injustification of prison. They talking about the racism behind prison and certain things that happen. They talking about the way prison guards are with prison and how sometimes prison guards, if not all the time, prison guards are more criminal than prisoners. But that's not the main focus of the show, and I think that's kind of one of the issues, is because some of these side stories you be getting in here. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize too. Antoine Fuqua is also a producer on here. If you don't know who Antoine Fuqua is, he was the director of Training Day or whatnot with Denzel, you know, and he done the Equalizer with Denzel. But anyway, as far as this show, like I said, it's a good show. I actually enjoyed it, and I will be looking forward to a season 2 if they do a season 2. Like I said, my only thing with it is it just kind of got all over the place when it first was starting off, and then when we finally got into certain characters and got an understanding of where the story is trying to go, by the end, like we get to like the episode before the series finale is a top-notch episode. It had you like, okay, pumped for the series finale, and then when we get to that season finale, it's like, it's good, but it's a lot of things that start happening, and some of the people's motivation seems like it goes out the window, because I'm like, damn, you did all that just for that to happen, and then like it wasn't no resolution. It seems like shit probably gonna go back to the way it was, if not worse, being what y'all have done. But it's, I don't know, man. I was kind of lackluster and kind of let down a little bit by the season finale, everything leading up to it, because I already seen certain things coming. I knew what this certain person was up to, and I knew they was going to walk straight out the building. You'll know what I'm talking about if you watch the whole series, and if you have been watching the series and you watch the season finale, you will know what I'm talking about, because he, like, I already knew what was coming. I was like, he had this whole plan in navigation, because when certain things happen, it's like, I don't want to give nothing away, but it's certain things that start happening, and it's like, so y'all didn't have a plan. And so when he told y'all to go to this certain place to get extra weapons, y'all was gonna be, this shit would have been over a long time ago if he wouldn't have told them to go to get certain things. And if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. And this was the episode before the season finale, when the whole shit went down, like everything went down. I'm not gonna say what happens, but it goes down in that episode, if I'm not mistaken, episode 9, right before the season finale, man. But overall, man, I feel like this is one of those shows that can keep a good thing going if they get a little bit tight on the writing. They definitely got to get tight on the writing, but overall, what really keeps the show going is Jeremy Renner's Mike McCluskey, man. I love his character in this show, and it's gonna be one episode. It's an episode that I'm telling you that stood out. I watched the episode more than once, and it's a scene where he goes into like this. I ain't gonna even say a Punisher type scene. It's better. It's actually, I ain't gonna say it's better than a Punisher type scene, but it's this scene like on some. It's almost like a John Wick / Born / like, it's a good action scene, man, but it's a good action / revenge scene, because you wanting certain things to happen to the people that he goes back to do certain things to. And like I said, I'm not trying to give nothing away, but it's the shit that these motherfuckers did, and when he go back, I'm like, oh shit, he about to go back. And when he do, you gonna know the episode I'm talking about. It's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's episode 8. But man, the thing about this show is the driving force behind this show is definitely Jeremy Renner's Mike McCluskey, man, out of everybody. But like I said, it is some phenomenal actors in here. It's a lot of things that happen in this series, man. Like with the women's prison in particular, man, it's something that happens at that in a scene in that women's prison or whatnot that happens with a guard. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to give nothing away, but it's a lot of things that lead up to a situation that really sets things going and gets things going in motion. And that's what I was waiting on, because I feel like I said, like those first 4 episodes, it was like, where are we going with this? What are we doing with this? I'm enjoying it. And like the first episode is what really drew me in. I was like, oh shit, like, hold on, what's going to happen? Is this going to be our main character, or are we going to be doing something else? Because I'm telling you, once again, the first episode is one of the episodes that I think in particular that really will draw you in. But that's the problem. after that episode, it kind of feel like we don't get that again until like later on, like episode 6 and 7. Then we started to get that again that we got in that first episode. But overall, I enjoyed the series. Like I said, coming from TAYLORSHERIDAN, I feel like he's been doing a phenomenal job with TV. He making me, and I'm a person who hasn't seen Yellowstone, so now he getting my curiosity to maybe go check out Yellowstone. But like I said, what drew me in it was Jeremy Renner. Like I said, I just watched Ren Weaver with Jeremy Renner. I watched A Born Legacy. I just love him in these type of roles, and this is a role where he ain't playing no games. He on it. He on 10. Most of the time, Jeremy Renner is on 10 in this series, if not all the time. I'm telling you. He gets a moment. He gets, I think, one moment where he actually chills out. But throughout the series, he is running sharp. And I'm telling you, I really love the certain moments he has in here with people trying to tell him to do certain things. And he's like, oh, okay, I got you, okay. And the way he go about it is like, you knew this what he was going to do. But overall, man, you should definitely check out Mayors of Kingstown if you're a fan of TAYLORSHERIDAN and his writing and his formula of doing what he do as far as movies and TV. Like I said, TAYLORSHERIDAN, this is the same guy who did Sicario, Hell or High Water, and he's been doing a phenomenal job, especially with his writing. So that's one of the things that definitely drew me in. Not only that, seeing that Antoine Fuqua was producing this, and look at this cast. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feeling as far as Mayors of Kingstown. Was it a show that you really enjoyed? I'm sorry if I feel like I couldn't get into detail, but I didn't want to give nothing away because I feel like a lot of people maybe haven't seen this show yet, because I'm hearing certain things about it, but I ain't hearing like it's like, oh my god, like the way they talking about Yellowstone and those other shows on Paramount Plus. And this is a Paramount Plus show. But if you haven't have a chance, definitely check it out. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you enjoy those crime dramas, or you even enjoy certain shows about prison or whatnot. Because honestly, with a show talking about prison, the first couple episodes don't even really show nothing about the prison besides a couple scenes here and there, but it's not really, don't even go inside the prison, if I'm not mistaken, in those first 3 episodes. We don't really dive into the prison like until like episodes 4 and 5. But like I said, I kind of get it, because it's like developing characters, is building up the story or whatnot to get an understanding of what we about to get into. But overall, I did enjoy the series. As far as the season finale, it was kind of a little bit of a letdown for me. I feel like I just didn't get the agendas or people who did what they did. I understand what message the main person, what they was doing. I understood the message, but then it was like, where do you go from here? Ain't you gonna do like? Then it was like, boom, it's done. I'm like, what the hell? Hold on, wait a minute. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section if you have checked out Mayors of Kingstown, how you feeling about it. But if you haven't, do you plan on checking it out? Let me know in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 400 subs. Shout out to all my subscribers and everybody who's been taking the time just to watch me do my videos. I really appreciate it. We out.
And only a few rabbits.
Why do they call him the mayor?
Because he runs the city.
I wonder what the real mayor thinks of that.
The real mayor knows it too.
Just do what you gotta do on that.
Everybody in this whole motherfucker be dead if it wasn't for you.
If this is gonna work for anyone, everyone has to trust us.
See me smile at the actual situation. And because they can sense that I'm not afraid of it, yeah, it's only because of my experience prior to.